Happy Thursday!
Happy Thursday night! Can you guys hear us?
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. I'm going to jump right to the end of the chat. Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two
Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews and we talk about various keto topics. And then every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Scoot over. Like, we're not centered.
Nope. I'm not moving.
My nose hair is bothering me. My mustache hair is bothering me.
Me too.
You don't have any mustache hair.
Well, not since I waxed it.
Let's say hello to everybody real quick.
Hello,
there are
everybody.
60 people in here already.
You
so
guys
we're
are
gonna run through this real quick.
awesome.
So Polani is here from Hawaii. Debbie is here. Laura is here.
Hello.
Lori is here.
Hey.
Laura has been here on keto for 11 weeks, lost 25 pounds.
Wow.
Lori is here, said she does Ketonivore, meat heavy.
Nice.
Shauna's here. Kim is here. Gail
Shauna.
is here. Hopcat is here.
Hey, Gail. Hey, Hopcat.
Let's see. Right family is here. Said, hey,
family.
guys.
Hey, baby.
Lori said, I've been planning on having fish every night this week, and every night it gets changed. I haven't had fish yet. Maybe tomorrow.
I kept almost getting fish when we were on vacation.
That's true. We did get fish, sort of.
Well, we got shrimp.
Yeah. So Lion Girl is here. Hopcat is here.
Hey,
Said
Girl.
just finished making tomorrow's shakes. Somebody I saw,
Ooh.
I don't know, like there's so many things. We're so far behind already. So somebody said something about they thought they didn't know we were based in Key West. We're not based in Key West. We're
Wouldn't that
actually
be nice?
in the Fort Lauderdale area, but we did go down to the Keys for a little short mini RV trip. We didn't want to come home.
Well, because we had never been to the Keys
I've never
before.
been to the Keys. 26 years in Florida, never been to the Keys.
I have been to the Keys, but not in a very long time.
Yep.
And yeah, so a campsite opened up, and when you can stay in the Keys for $30
a night,
that's pretty awesome.
all
Super
day.
cheap.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I am all prepared here with my text message warning systems. And
Okay.
if one of those sites pops up, you will be in charge while I go book.
You mean
because
for
we're
the
trying
site.
to get more like sites down in the Keys, and they're booked a year in advance. But I found like a little thing that will let me know if something pops up. All day long, we've been like, it's been popping up, and within 15 seconds of it saying there's the site available, it's gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went down to Marathon for 3 days. We did take a drive down to Key West just to touch the buoy and say we did it and never have a desire to go back again.
I felt like Finding Nemo. Don't you touch that butt. I'm touching the butt. I touched the buoy. Somebody I saw said, what do you have in your coffee mug? It's some coffee, and we got one of those frothers.
Yep.
2 tablespoons
I think
of
there's a
almond
link
milk.
down in the description for the one we're
and
using.
it turns it into a cloud.
Yeah. So, and we put like half a serving of skinny syrup in there.
Makes me feel so fancy pants.
Yep. And so the almond milk's like 1.5 ounces of almond milk, so it's
Yeah.
really not adding anything.
I love it.
But it really helps to
look how
just kind of
fruity.
curb your sweet tooth a little bit. Makes you feel special.
I think it just makes me feel special.
Yeah. So Renee is here.
Hey, Renee.
Diane is here. Heath is here.
How is it warming up everywhere?
Shauna is here.
Shauna.
We got this.
I came in the door and I said, I just got a message from Shauna that there's something at the post office. And he's like, I got it. I picked it up. What did we get? What's in the mail today? What's in the mail today?
I hope there's no balls in here.
Ooh, I hope there's balls. Balls. Ooh.
Rachel.
Rachel. Let's see what Miss Shauna. Let's see. Ooh, what a beautiful card. It says, may you always be joyful and rarely feel sad, and may your avocado never go bad. Rachel, you didn't think I could leave you out of a stuffy avocado. Love ya, Shauna. P.S. I need some new
Need some
pens.
new pens.
New pens. Oh
There you
my
go.
gosh, is this the
I like
most...
the bag.
I love this. It's such a froofy avocado. Thank you, Shauna. I absolutely love this so much. much. It is. It's so furry. Squishable.
Nice. I saw that I was in Costco today, and you know your big giant
Shauna.
Yoda you have, they have them again.
The Yoda?
Yeah, that big squishable Yoda that you
Yoda
like.
gotta be kidding me. They got them again?
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Are they in Costco?
Yeah. Let's see.
I love it.
Caboodle, thank you very much for the $10 super
Thanks,
chat. We really
Caboodle.
appreciate that. So, yeah, the chat kind of flies now. So just letting you know, we're going to try to
pet my avocado.
We're going to try to catch up, but it's just too difficult to try to get every single one. So if you have something you really want us to read, you could do like a quick super chat, or try to tag us at 2krazyketos. If you're on a computer, if you write at 2krazyketos, it'll make it in red and we will see it.
I feel like
but it's just too hard to try to see every single one of them.
This is so fluffy. I feel like an Austin Powers villain.
But what we're going to do is try to not talk about silly stuff so we can get through the chat.
No, we're going to always be silly. Always.
Lori said, sardines are not really my favorite. I've never had mackerel. Me neither.
Holy mackerel.
Lori said, apple pie keto chow is my favorite for waffles.
Oh,
I have not
nice.
tried that.
I've never tried them in truffles before.
Debbie said she tried the strawberry waffles. They were great the other day.
Awesome.
And
Christopher,
let's
people
see.
saying howdy, hey.
Mary T is here from British Columbia,
Hey,
Canada.
welcome, Mary.
Brianna said steaks are on the grill. 2KK is live. Life is good.
Aw, thanks for letting us be a part of your evening. I love that so much.
Okay, so now we can kind of jump down sound, because we're all the way back to sound is great.
Howdy, Skippin'. That's got to be Heath.
Shell said, my puppy is having an odd dreams. He keeps kicking me in his sleep. Isn't it funny when dogs do that and they make those whimpering noises and stuff like that?
Oh my goodness. Tab has an entire conversation.
Stephanie said, woohoo, I have 5 partners for my journey and they are all awesome.
Thank you for bringing that up, Stephanie. I'm so excited. We had a really good video.
Yes, we did.
That came out today.
Before we talk about that, because
Okay.
that's a topic, Chris is here. I just
Hey,
wanted to say
Chris.
hey to Chris there. Are you
Welcome.
guys still in Costa Rica? That you guys are joining our live stream from Costa Rica? That is
Buenas
so awesome.
noches, mi amigo.
And Gigi is here from Key West. We were just down there.
Gigi.
So, okay, so today's topic, real quick, we put up a video today of like sitting on the beach in the water, and it was basically 5 things that you can do to help your keto partner, and really it applies to any kind of weight loss, but help your partner succeed, which would help you succeed. And we've got a lot of messages that I don't have a partner.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Okay, so different people need different things as far as being successful, right? Like, some people, like you were talking to a guy this past week who just changed up the way that he was eating. He started getting meals delivered to his door.
Yes.
And we were like, well, that can't be very cost efficient. And he's like, no, I had to do this. I ate out every single night. And though it seems crazy.
Oh, it wasn't just every night. It was every meal. He spent $20 per meal 3 times a day on takeout food.
He's saving money. He's actually saving money.
Yep.
So that was his thing that he needed to do. And we've had other people say, man, if I could just meal prep in some way. So we will suggest, have you gotten like a meal prep kit? Maybe get some really fun, Tupperware type things to make meal prepping fun. And once they got that, they're like, okay, now I'm set. Well, for some people, an accountability partner is that hurdle that if they don't get somebody to be an accountability partner with, they won't move forward. Like you get bogged down in this feeling of like, I'm all alone in this, and they can't move past that. Right. So they will try every single day to stay on the wagon, but continue to fall off because there's no accountability partner. And our advice is, it's time to get one.
Yes.
And there's different ways you can reach out for one.
Yeah, so if some people may be like me and they're too shy at the beginning to reach out and make friends, whether it be online or in person. And again, we said if you don't have somebody in person, that's okay. There are loads of people in our Facebook family group. If you go in there and say, hey, I need an accountability partner, somebody's going to step up. But if you're not ready for that, just get active in our Facebook family group. You don't have to reach out and say, just start making posts. You'll make friends that way. But I can tell you, like, I will honestly say every person that messaged me today saying I don't have an accountability partner, I've never seen their name before.
No.
And so here's the thing. If you're active on our channel, which means you're in our live streams or you're commenting or you're in our Facebook group, we know who you are.
We'll get
because
to know.
we read all of the comments and we're reading. Sometimes it takes us
friends.
a couple of days, but we do read all the comments. We do go through all of the Facebook stuff. And so we notice names and we remember names. I'm not great at putting a name to a face, but I'm great at remembering a name. And so I just know that anybody who is active in our Facebook family group doesn't feel that alone. And I know that there's a lot of people, even people like Christopher and stuff like just like my mail popped.
Oh, okay. I got scared.
Like Christopher and stuff like that, who maybe when they started didn't have anybody, they were able to get into, it doesn't even have to be Too Crazy Ketos Facebook group, but into any kind of online support group. We have really been researching things like Weight Watchers and stuff and going, why are they so successful? Why is Weight Watchers so successful when you have to pay them $30 a month? And the number one thing that people talk about is community.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have tried to establish that with our family group, but even outside of our family group, there are a lot of Facebook groups for keto. Like Keto Chow has one, and you have Sofa King Keto has one, or Christy Davis.
Christy Davis.
And so I know you can go join Kim Howerton's. If you are a member of Dr. Barry's Patreon, he's got one. There are so many groups out there. We're biased to Too Crazy Ketos because we kind of like
people ever are there.
No keto police kind of thing, but join a community and you will find an accountability partner within that community.
Yeah, and I mean, because when we got chickens, and I live in South Florida, I knew that I would have like special things going on as like a South Florida in the heat, you know, our climate chicken mama than other people. So I reached out and was like, I wonder if there's anybody else raising backyard chickens in my area. And I found out that there were people here, and when we got a rooster, I was really glad that I had participated in that group, because then I could rehome the rooster because I was making friendships within the group.
Right.
So you also can reach out to your local community and see, is there a Facebook group that may be keto that may be in my county or at least in my state? If you feel like I want to do this closer to home, you may have a neighbor doing keto. We found out that we have at least 3 families in this neighborhood that we had no idea, and they weren't watching Too Crazy Ketos.
Right.
That were keto, and then we found each other after the fact.
Right.
It was through community groups that we found out. But don't wait about getting an accountability partner.
It makes your journey easier. Is it possible without some type of accountability partner? Absolutely. I got started, I did this for 6 months without Rachel. And here's the thing. Was I successful? Yeah, I was absolutely successful. Was it harder? Yes, because I was dealing with somebody who loves me, but was looking at me going, this isn't fair.
Right.
You're eating hamburgers, and you're eating bacon, and you're eating eggs, and you're eating steaks, and I'm over here eating oatmeal.
I wasn't the greatest partner to start out with.
No.
And that's why, I mean, one of the reasons why we made the video is because you can be partners because you're married or you're living under the same roof, and that does not make you a great partner.
Yeah, and the same thing goes like years ago when Rachel first lost weight, I was a horrible partner because I wasn't trying to sabotage her, but I was like, you're fine on your own. Instead of being like, go Rachel, go, Rachel, go, I was like, you're good. You don't need to lose any weight. In fact, I don't want you to lose any more weight. I like the way you are.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't super encouraging. Now, was she successful? Yes. Did I make it more difficult? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, even when you go back to when I first got started, even without Rachel, if I would have had an online community, it would have been a little bit easier.
Been better.
Because I would have known that there were other people going through struggles that I go through. And so that's why we say at least at minimum get involved in our Facebook family group. But if you go in that group and you put out there like, hey, I need someone that's going to help keep me accountable, somebody will step up. I know our group. I know the core people of our group, and I know somebody is going to step up.
They can help you find somebody too.
Yep. So let's see in here.
Thanks
so
for
Michelle
liking
is
my mug.
here from Miami, Florida.
Hi, Michelle.
Just down in your neck of the woods yesterday.
Well, hello, thank you.
Mary Lou is here. Lori said shrimp counts.
Shrimp counts.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's Joe's vote.
He says, I'm craving frog legs. We are getting frog legs.
Keith.
We are getting some frog legs.
Keith.
We did do a keto camping fear factor.
Yes.
It was an interesting one.
I know. Are you going to hug our friend Barb that contributed to that this Sunday?
Yes.
I'm gonna give her a big hug.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
I
so
really
much.
appreciated that. Stephanie said I had salmon and egg sushi rolls for breakfast. Was so good.
Yum. I was making my own sushi with what was that egg thing that we found? It was super flat.
Now we've got a couple of different ones. One of them is called crepini.
Yeah.
Which is like one total carb, but it does have some different types of like oat fiber and stuff in it.
This one was good.
The other one is the egg one. I forgot what it's called.
It was at Costco?
They're both at Costco.
And it was so cool, but
We've had it before. I can't remember it. Now you're going to make me go look for it.
Tuna fish, salad in it, roll it up
It's pretty
really
much
tight.
just egg and cauliflower.
And then you got to have a sharp knife. A
Yeah.
sharp knife with sushi makes all the difference in the world, right? Makes it look pretty.
Chris said Christie's is called the Keto Village. I know. I got to go old school.
Right.
Like I told Autumn, like, hey, you look at Watch Autumn Keto and Rachel's always like, and Richard, it's Autumn. It's always going to be Autumn.
and
She's going to
Richard.
tag on Richard, but
I
I
love
remember
Richard.
80 keto is
80
always
keto.
going to be 80 keto.
And it's high
He is
fat,
never
high
going
fun.
to be high fat, high fun to me. It's
I know.
80 keto.
I know. We got to
I
get
got to
with the
go
program.
old school.
Mixtape, yo. Did everybody, we had one of our Instagram challenges this week was like saying I love you in a song, like sharing a song that you love with somebody, with sharing a song that you love with someone that you love.
Mm-hmm.
But we came from that mixtape generation.
Yes.
We expressed all of our feelings based on the mixtape. What was the number one song that you had to have on a mixtape if you were like making your lady friend or your guy friend a mixtape? I'm going to tell you right now what mine had to be. You had to have the song from Karate Kid Part 2. I am the man who will fight. I don't know who we thought they were going to fight with, but that had to be on every mixtape. What was your mixtape song?
By the time we get to that, the stream's going to be over.
That's
That's
okay.
how far behind in comments
That's all
we
right.
are.
I ain't worried.
Okay. Polani said, what
good.
if you're not on Facebook? Go join our Discord.
Yes.
It's completely free. There's a link for it down below. Join the Discord.
Discord.
And that's like a live chat, so that's even better.
Yeah.
And then you can meet somebody on there, and you can maybe exchange phone numbers if you're comfortable, or you can exchange emails if you're not comfortable with phone numbers, things like that.
But again, reach out. And I think that it is so important to some people, like, no kidding. If you have been like doing this and failing and doing this and failing, and you feel like it is more of a behavior thing than you just connecting with your food, like you really feel alone and you feel like being alone is an obstacle to success, if you have to even get a coach, like pay for coaching, and there's lots of keto, Goody Beats is a coach, Autumn is a coach, Keto Coach Lauren.
Yep.
Like if you have to get a coach in order to be successful, that's when I would get the coach to be successful. We're not coaches, but like there are a lot of coaches out there. Maria Emmerich, there's tons of coaches.
I'm trying to find where we were, but
I would try to do it locally and free first.
And see, here's the thing. I would be a horrible coach. Because Rachel and I are, if you haven't figured this out, completely different personalities. Yes. And it's funny, we were talking with Anthony today. So Rachel is the kind of person that doesn't want to offend or upset a stranger.
Yeah.
But is completely fine with offending or upsetting a family member.
I will hold the boys.
I am completely opposite. I am afraid to have any kind of, I even say upset, like have confrontation. I am completely fine with having confrontation with somebody who is not a family member, but I don't want any confrontation within the family. So Rachel's opposite of that.
Right, but you could see where we had to tweak our partnership, because if he never wants to have a confrontation with me about my food and give in to me, then if I can capitalize on enabling and we don't have honest check-ins, then like I can get away. Like he would be a bad partner for me.
Yeah, and I'd be a horrible coach because my attitude is do the right thing. And Rachel will sweet talk you through it. That's one of the reasons we don't do coaching, because my thing is do the right thing. And like I'm gonna be honest and upfront. That's why I tell people, like, I want permission from you to hold you accountable. And if you give me permission, then you don't do the right thing, I'm moving on. Because I'm going to look at you and say, you didn't do the right thing. I'll give you a couple chances, and then it's time to move on.
I know. He's not Cuddles.
Matreya, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Said, just to start with the newest, we can let you know if there's an important question.
I'm in total...
Thank you very much.
I'm in total agreement
with that. But there were a couple things, so let me jump back up here real quick, because there were a couple things I want to say. Christopher said, is the scale something smashing video still going on? Where do we send the video? Email us the video at joe@twocrazyketos.com, and goes through the end of the month. If you smash your scale,
got a couple more days,
and video yourself smashing your scale,
but be careful, don't hurt yourself,
and we will send you a free blender bottle.
We sure will,
because the scale is the devil.
Yes, it is.
Caboodle said, thank you for the video on the partners. Wife is on the 2nd week of keto. Perfect timing and a blessing.
Yay, let me help.
Keith is just being silly.
I love Heath. What does it even say?
Stephanie said, how did you like the shirt that I got that reminds me of you, Rachel? Guess I could have been nice and sent it to you, but I liked it too much.
No, it was an Ewok shirt. It was so stinking awesome, and I'm so proud of you, Steph. You look absolutely incredible, and I didn't make a leg comment, but like you looked really cute in those jeans too, ma'am. Like, just putting that out there, because Miss Stephanie has the bestest legs. I'm working on it.
Linda said this morning's video was awesome. And I saw somebody had a question. Felicia said, I wish I had a partner. Go join our Facebook group.
Yeah.
I know there's several people in here right now that will absolutely be partners with you if you reach out to people.
I did find, even in some of the places, like I Track Bites, I think has a free service, and it had a community option. So again, I'm just trying to put out like what are free, and like right now you could jump in there.
Lori said my accountability partner disappeared.
Okay, there you go.
Felicia said she needs one in person.
Okay.
April said make sure you like the chat. Thank you very much.
Let people know too when you're in a chat room or you're in a chat, like what state are you even in? Because then if someone says like, oh, we found so many people that are in Florida, we had no idea.
Yep. Stephanie said, if anybody needs a partner, you can add her on Facebook at Stephanie Jean. I will talk and help you.
Yay! Thanks, Steph.
Polani said, what if you're not on Facebook? I said, go join our Discord group. Somebody asked about Discord. I have not figured out why you can't get on Discord. I haven't figured out. Have you tried it from a different browser or from the app? Because I know we have people joining it all the time. And I've created a new link, and it should be going through. I don't understand where it. Maybe you can screen record what's happening, and I can look into it a little bit more for you. Listen, Weight Watchers is $42 a month, not $30. So
we got a special.
It was $30 for the app, just the app, because we paid for a month. Which reminds me, I have to go cancel that.
You better cancel that,
because we have been tracking on Weight Watchers for a month as part of an experiment, and it's definitely been interesting. It's
been really interesting, and again, it just shows you. So can I share something really quickly?
We are way behind in comments. Like way behind.
Don't worry.
Christopher said, if anybody needs somebody to talk to about keto, I can talk and listen. Wait, Chris said we have a $5 super chat. Said Maria Emmerich cooked me lunch today.
Wow.
Okay, I may have helped, but it totally counts.
Wow, how special is that, Chris? Oh my goodness.
Tater's mom said, I don't have an accountability partner. I live alone, but I have a supportive family who lets me do without criticism and comments.
That's really good.
And again, you don't that person that you have doesn't even have to be doing keto.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just, if you have somebody like that who's supportive, just say, hey, can I check in with you? And this is going to sound silly. I mean, you really want to have somebody who will hold you accountable, but some people could be really good and hold yourself accountable, you know, and like write things down. Like, write things down and like constantly looking back, like, you know, like the person who plays chess against themselves. Like be honest with yourself. But there are ways out there. I mean, it really comes down to how bad do you want it?
We've even, really what started Joe was a connect group at church.
Yes. And well, that's what started me on my weight loss.
And everybody was doing different forms of weight loss. He happened to start out with like CrossFit and got into keto. But everybody was doing different, but because they were in that connect group together, that was a very close-knit group of guys that held each other accountable.
Mm-hmm. Danita said, my mom did Weight Watchers and said she has to pay money if she loses weight too fast. Wait, what?
What?
Well, that's part of, I believe, the lifetime membership. They have all these rules, especially after COVID, because people stopped going to weigh in. And if you you have to weigh in
all this money
and be within a percentage of your goal. And if you're not, you have to pay them money. So now they're doing a thing. If you don't weigh in, you owe us money.
Yeah. So I just want to say really quickly, because one of the things that when we're talking about, you need to have the right partner telling you the truth and the right information. So I'm doing Weight Watchers, and at the same and so I'm kind of partnered with that app, and then I'm having Joe is my partner. And every single day, like we joked about it last time, I never am getting a blue dot for the day, which is like you're successful. It's telling me that the only way that I'm going to have success is to go down this other path. And so Joe, I'm listening to my partner and I'm going like, no, we're just going to keep doing this because, I mean, again, this one-to-one thing, it's been new for us too. It's like a little bit of change in mindset, and I'm trusting and being honest all along the journey. Well, I had my last weigh-in for this month because I only weigh once a week. And even though Weight Watchers said I failed this month, like I'm I stink this month, what I've actually had success is I've actually gone up 2.8 pounds of muscle. I've gone down 5.7 pounds of fat, and my body fat percentage went down 3.6% this month. Like, that is insane.
But you only lost.
But on the scale, as far as if you're just looking at the scale, I only went down 1.7 pounds. But look at
But you're 2 sizes down in clothes.
But look what's going on behind those numbers. I'm getting stronger. And it's like sometimes we forget that, like, muscle weighs something. Like, that is a thing. But I just love that I had the right partner talking to me, because if I had only depended on the app as my partner in this, it would have, I really feel like it would have led me down a wrong.
And we're like looking for new,
frustrating road.
more improved ways even to exercise. Like, this girl's been walking 5 miles every day, the girl who hates exercise, and then running the last mile. She came home like, I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I decided to run. I'm like, what?
Well, you know what? Because I don't like having that I share with you guys, like, I don't want you to have, like, I can't do attitude. Well, why the heck am I allowed to have a I can't do attitude?
Right.
You need to get your, like, big girl pants on and go run, Rachel. If you think you can't do math, then I bet you better be doing some math, girl.
Like, even this weekend, like, we didn't bring our kayak with us. Number one, there were 30-mile-an-hour winds the day we left. But number two, it's like, for a 3-day trip, we have a tandem kayak, and it's heavy, and it means I have to put the racks on my truck, and it's like, is it worth it for just 2 days?
And then there's all the Rachel jokes about your rack being a nice rack.
So then we got down there, and day 2, it's like calm, like calmer than a lake. I mean, like, there's not a ripple in the ocean. I mean, it was amazing. Like, if you saw the video this morning, like, we've got, like, sharks and stingrays, like, at our feet, and you can see it. They're not going to bother you, by the way. But, I mean, it was that crystal clear. Like, we've got drone shots flying 200 feet over the air, and you can see, like, every single, like, reef and everything in the water. It was that clear. So now what we're doing is we're getting rid of our kayak, and we're going to buy 2 inflatable paddle boards.
And we were like,
over at Costco, because they have them at Costco, and we're excited about it because, like, that's even more exercise. I was talking to my friend around the corner. He actually has the same one. He inflated and he puts in his pool. It's a 11-foot thing, and now his pool's only 25 feet, but he's like, boy, I get an exercise just going back and forth with it.
But I remember saying to ourselves, like, well, I can never have stuff like that because I can't balance.
Right.
I just can't was a huge.
I didn't get the 2-person one because I thought it'd be funny to watch you and I try to balance on that thing at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Let's see. Renee said, or you may get crazy accountability partners that just want to duke it out. Again, It comes down to, I know this sounds mean, but this is the Joe, just do the right thing. How bad do you want it? I mean, it's like, how bad do you want to be successful? somewhere you have to get to the point of, I'm going to do everything that is the right thing to be successful, and I don't care what other people think. I mean, even like we look at with our channel and trying to film places. Like when we first started, we would go in places and we can't film in here. Like, look, there's people over there. Now she walks up and just like, hey, we're gonna film in here. Are you okay with that? Like, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna have to get to that point where I want to lose the weight. I want to be successful in keto, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. And if that means stepping out of my comfort zone and joining an online group to find a partner, then do it.
Yeah.
Shauna said, I find it hard to do without a buddy that I'm not, but I am making it work. I will work on being more active in Facebook groups.
That
again.
is awesome.
Laura said, so my gastroenterologist is so happy for me and proud of me because I've lost 25 pounds and because my liver enzymes went down 5 points, and I've dealt with a fatty liver for many years. That's
Laura,
so awesome.
that is incredible. That is so good.
Annie said, my hubs and my grandkids aren't keto, but they're supporting me.
And that makes a huge difference. It really, really does. And for families out there, like, if you need to show this to your family, hey, families, please support our friends as they go on their keto journey. Like, we love your family, and we know you love your family, and just supporting them makes all the difference in the world.
Yep.
Just don't be a speed bump to their
Christopher
success.
said losing 3% of body fat in 30 days is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very excited about that. But before, if I didn't have the right person that I was talking to, I would be like, only? You know, like, I just don't think, I think you need somebody to talk to. I just really think you do.
Yep. Laura said, I live by myself in Southern California. My family's supportive. Know that I am serious about my keto lifestyle. I'm available in Southern California area.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. Jessica said, my husband is my partner. He isn't keto, but he's always has my back.
That's
and
awesome.
Talks about things when I'm frustrated and talks me down when I want to throw in the towel.
Man, that is a good man. That is a good husband.
Christopher holds himself accountable. I record everything I eat. Sometimes I don't grab something because my phone isn't with me. That is awesome.
That is so good. And just like we say, share your keto journey in the Facebook family group or in the comments of a video. Share those things about you. Share like, hey, you know, this is what my husband who's not keto does.
Yep.
And this is how we make it work. And this is how I encourage my sister and she encourages me. Or this is how I, you know, encourage myself. Because again, just like we say, some people think I'm the only person out there that doesn't have a gallbladder and I'm trying to do keto. There are people out there that's like, I think everybody else is paired up and I'm on this arc and I'm the only pelican.
Jennifer said, since upping my protein 2 weeks ago, I've been able to sleep. I am a third shift worker, and I've only been able to sleep 4 to 5 hours. Now I'm getting 7 to 8 hours. I don't know why this has worked,
good.
but thank you.
Oh, thank goodness.
And then there was another one in here that I saw. Lisa said, yes, Zoom. I don't know what that's referring to, but it reminded me. For our Patreons, we are going to have a Patreon live stream this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll put the link in the Patreon. So just so you know, 5 p.m. Eastern will be a live stream for Patreon-only members.
Let's do this.
Let's see. Somebody said that their mom is that horrible partner you mentioned. Devin said, and it's funny, it reminded me, we talk about like how you're willing to have a confrontation with family but not strangers. Like Rachel, if you call Rachel up to be an accountability partner, she is never having that difficult conversation. She is going to cheer you on. I'm going to be the one that's be like, what do you mean you had 10 extra carbs last night? Why? What do you mean you allowed yourself to have an extra piece of bread? Why? You don't need it. It's garbage. Rachel's going to talk you off the ledge. But with your mom, you were that person. I mean, because you said it was worth the fight, right?
She was the one person that I'm like, no, you are living. like I was like,
she would be like, what do you mean I'm never gonna have like sugared ice cream again? You're not. Get over it.
Yeah. What was the movie where it was like, don't take no for an answer, and they're like, no, okay, no, all right, no. All right, thank you. You know, like I was that person that's like, I always take no for an answer, except for her.
Laura said, I'm so happy and proud of myself. The keto is paying off and helping my fatty liver. I found that out. I've lost 25 pounds and I feel healthier.
That's incredible.
So some of the one-to-one thing. Let me do this. People are still like not understanding.
how to do the... Is it coming up? Oh,
yeah, but
I see stuff.
I want to see that. So if you go to our website, okay, and you go up here to Keto 101, and there's a thing that says what are macronutrients, and then there's a macro calculator. This is still a work in progress.
It is. It's ugly.
But it is ugly.
It's
but
pretty ugly.
But it works.
Yeah.
So you go over here and you choose whether you're a male or female. So,
I want to be a female.
So you're going to be a female.
Yeah.
And let's say your current weight.
Because boobs are awesome. I like them.
So let's say your current weight is what? 150.
Yes.
Not 159.
Okay.
And let's say your goal weight is 135.
All right.
Now, do you know your body fat percentage?
No.
Well, we're going to do both. So what's your body fat percentage?
My body fat percentage is 23.5.
So we're going to round up to 24.
Okay.
Now it's going to ask you, what do you want to base your macros on? You can choose lean body mass, or you can choose your goal weight. Lean body mass is going to give you less to eat. Goal weight is going to give you more to eat. It'll be a slightly slower weight loss, but you will never need to adjust it.
Because my goal weight will always be my goal weight.
Yes. So
theoretically.
So once you get to your goal weight, theoretically, your body that's your homeostasis. So you would just, if you keep it as close to 1-to-1 as possible, then you won't lose or gain any more weight.
So when I was starting and I was 260, I don't want to make my goal weight 200. I want to make my goal weight the 135 or 150, whatever my actual goal weight is. Is that correct?
Yes, so you can base it on lean body mass.
Even though that sounds a little bit crazy.
The easiest way is to base it on goal weight, because that's your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal, and that's what Dr. Berry says, eat till you're comfortably full. That should be a 1-to-1 on your goal weight. That's where you should end up. So you're fine to use goal weight. If you want a little bit quicker weight loss, use your lean body mass, okay? So now going back over to this, so we're gonna say you wanna use your lean body mass. Choose your total carb limit. I'm not even allowing you to do net carbs.
This is Joe.
Okay, if you wanna do net carbs, you can up it up to 40. Okay, up it up to 40, do 20 net carbs, 40 total carbs, you're fine, okay? Then it's gonna come down here, and there's your macros right there. A minimum of 114 grams of protein, 40 total carbohydrates is your maximum, and 74 grams of fat is your maximum. Now, take a look at this. If we lower our carbs down to 20 total carbs,
I should get more
or
fat,
21,
right?
your fat goes up.
Yes.
So these two numbers are interchangeable so long as they don't exceed this number. You don't have to get all these in, but you don't want to go over this number when these two are added together.
Now, what if I want to go by my goal weight and not my...
So we go back up, and you can, if you say, I don't know my body fat percentage, later on this is going to change a little bit. It's just going to say, what is your total carb limit? And it goes right there. And it's going to automatically use your goal weight of 135, 115, and 20 carbs. If you put body fat percentage, but you say, I want to use my goal weight because maybe you want to compare it, it's going to go back to using your body weight. So 113, 15, and 20.
135.
Or 135, 115, and 20.
Yeah. So we just hope that it helps to provide an initial guide.
Yeah.
And you can plug those numbers into Cronometer and be able to, in the free side, the free service of Cronometer, and then be able to
I need to show that?
have your goal. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And I'm sorry if you already know this, but just in case there's somebody in here that doesn't know how to use Cronometer.
So if you go into Cronometer, what you want to do is you're going to come over here to settings. Okay. Log in.
Joe.
Nobody knows my password.
It's a finger.
It's a finger.
You give Cronometer the finger every day?
Okay, so we're going to go to settings, and then you're going to go here to targets. Okay? Don't see where it says fixed values, ketogenic calculator, macro. Don't use these, ever. Don't use those. You want fixed values. Energy, put whatever you want because we're not counting calories.
You can put 4 million billion.
So, for example, this is what I'm doing right now. So I'm doing 170 grams of protein. I do 20 total carbs, and I do 150 grams of fat. That's all you have to do. Put that in right there. Now you come back to your diary, and it's going to tell you right there. So again, the energy, if you want to up the energy, go ahead, but it doesn't matter because we're not looking at calories. We are only looking at how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs, and how much fat. So
put in like
if you click on it, on the app, you can actually swipe it over so you don't even look at the calories. But when you click on this, it'll actually, you can edit your targets right here for the day. Okay?
Yeah.
Anything else?
And then as you add food in, you'll see
that
it populate it with
so
something.
like I had a half a rack of ribs today. So,
it was a good day.
Yep. Let's see. I had probably 12 ounces of ribs.
Wait, you got 4 ounces.
So I had 3 of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so add that to it.
So I had that, and then let's see, I had a keto chow, cookies and cream. I had that, and then I had 8 eggs. So I just always use like Vital Farm eggs. Even though we're using our back road chicken. So, and then I had a couple other things, but it gives you an idea. So looking right there, I've got 130 grams of protein, 6.5 grams of carbs, which is all coming from the keto chow, and then 88.6 grams of fat.
So you see how like it's populating that,
yep.
and then you can see where you're at.
Yeah, and then if you can actually click on like this over here. That's what, now this is my calorie deficit, but again, we're not looking at calories at all. So now if I click on here, if you click on just your protein, let's say, hey, I want to know where the carbs come from. I just click on the carbs. It says right there, the carbs are coming from the cookies and cream. Now, I have it set for total carbs. You can go back over here to settings, and you can choose here total carbs or net carbs with sugar alcohols or net carbs without sugar alcohols. I wish they gave you a net carbs without fiber, but they don't. So with sugar alcohols is they're going to withdraw sugar alcohols, and net carbs without is they'll take out fiber but not sugar alcohols.
I think we should just use total carbs.
Okay, but if you have it set for total carbs, but you want to know where's my net carbs, if you scroll down here, you can look at carbohydrates, and even though you have it set for total carbs, it does tell you the net carbs right here.
Yeah.
So that keto chow is 0.5 net carbs.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go back to the screen.
I feel like
a button that turns off that audience.
I feel like Chris Bear. Like did we just go into a nerd?
We did.
Area.
Okay.
Nerd.
So Shauna said, I've never found money to be a great motivator.
Yeah, everybody's motivated by something different.
Mm-hmm. Chris said Joe has a nice rack.
You do. It's a lovely rack.
Brianna said, Rachel, check out the Couch to 5K app. I challenge you to do a 5K race.
Let's do this, babe. Couch to 5K.
Chris Elliott said, I just love your personality, Rachel. You are so witty. Balls and racks. Yeah, you never know what's going to come out of her mouth.
Oh my gosh. So, poor guy.
Where's that picture? Can I put that picture up? I have it.
No. Can you put up the one where I
Yes, send it to me.
The one
and I
that's
will put
a
it up.
sticker?
You gotta text it to me.
All right, I love you guys, so like I have no sense.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump to the end of the chat. Has anybody ever been to New York City and seen the naked cowboy in New York City?
Yes.
So let us know about that. Danita said adding homemade good in Ketone Meter isn't perfect, but it does give me a good idea about how I did my macros. I'll never be perfect, but it's an eye-opener when I first started tracking.
Couch.
Christopher said, I love Ketone Meter. I have so much data loaded in the app right now. Blood work, weight, nutrition, heart rates, blood pressure. Backloaded it to 2018 with my data. I love my charts.
I love that.
Did you send it to me?
I did. So, we were in Key West. Yeah.
Chris says there is noise on the audio signal. You want to listen to the recording to fix it on the next stream. I don't know why there's noise on the audio stream. That's weird. Huh.
Yeah, couch to 5K.
There's no, stop talking for a minute.
Stop.
No, don't talk.
Stop.
It's weird because it's not showing.
Is it Pam or Pimna? Oh, the N is silent.
Okay.
Points for whoever gets what that movie reference is from.
Okay, go ahead and read something while I load this in.
Oh, I'm embarrassed.
Here we go.
Okay. So we were in Key West, and there was a guy there that everybody was like taking a picture of, but acting like they were taking a picture of something different because he was basically in a string.
So, yeah, this guy is there, and I'm like, Rachel, did you see this guy? And she was like, yes. And he's wearing, it's literally a string up his butt. And then he turns around. And he's obviously there going, can everybody please take a picture of me?
Right. But no one is taking a picture.
Everybody is like trying to take a picture without making it obvious. Like,
I'm gonna take a picture.
Let me scan the video of the entire hotel here, and I'm going to catch
want
it.
Him.
Right?
So I was like, this is so rude.
This is a change in Rachel, because Rachel would have never done this 3 years ago.
I said, I'm just going to go up to him and say, like, sir, would you mind if we got our picture taken together? And he was totally up for it. Totally, completely fine. And not only that, but he said, well, you're gonna want the back too. So all right, so we got the back also, because yeah. But I mean, make a new friend. Make a new friend. My friend may need pants and Jesus, but like, yeah, make a new friend, I think.
Brianna said the naked cowboy has been around for decades. He looks off now because he's had so much plastic surgery. Yes, this guy is obviously the naked cowboy of Key West, because we were actually talking to someone. They said he's there every single day.
He would like make a fortune. He would make a fortune.
So a bunch of people saying they don't have any static. It's kind of, I'll have to listen to the recording because I don't, my thing is saying there's an absolute flat noise unless there's something somewhere in a cable. I don't know.
Oh, so Lynette's a lefty too. We're the only ones in our right minds.
Chris, $5 super chat. I told Maria Emmerich about your efforts to get people to eat a correct amount of protein. She says, thank you.
Well, thank you, Maria Emmerich.
I actually need to get a hold of Maria, and I know we are going to also be having in the next couple weeks, Amy Berger is going to be coming on, as well as Bronson. So we're super excited about that.
So excited about that.
Yep. Let's see. I saw a couple of things. Let me know when you get signed up. Somebody else said that they challenged you to the 5K.
Let's do it. I'm totally
Tater's
down.
mom said, I'd love to do Couch to 5K too.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go sign up for it. I wrote it down. I wrote it down with my Sharpie that I keep next to me here and my loose paper.
Lisa said, I grew up in New York City. I've never even heard of the naked cowboy. So he's a guy who literally stands in the middle of Broadway.
He's not naked. He's got BBDs. He's got his whitey tighties on.
Yes, and he stands there with a cowboy hat and a guitar.
Yes.
And sings and takes pictures with people.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's like in the middle of like Broadway. I guess it's right at like the TKTS sign is usually where he's at.
But the naked cowboy seems almost overdressed compared to the young gentleman that I befriended.
Danita said the noise is a little static.
Sorry.
I wonder if it's something to do with YouTube.
Yeah, could be.
Hopcat said I saw him in 2009. Michelle said, so we can't access the Mct calculator on the iPhone via your website. You should be able to.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you go over.
Let me try it from my phone.
No, wait, I can do it from here.
Can you do it from
there?
Yep. I remembered filling it in.
So if you go, let me go back to our website because I should be.
Yep, because I'm on my phone right now. And there it is.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I should be, I could actually pull up that if I wanted to pull up that video.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can access it there. Let's see. Brianna said the people in Times Square expect money when you take a pic with them. It's their job. They really get mad if you try not to tip them. Oh no, he was super thrilled.
He did not want a tip.
Brianna said I almost fell out of my chair laughing at you and the superhero, Dental Floss Man.
It was something, but it was funny because we met another couple there that was trying to slyly get a photo of him, And I mean, you've done that before. I've done that before. I've seen like crazy dogs and stuff, and it's like, but somebody's walking them, and you're like, I gotta get a picture of this and show mama, you know. And you're like, oh, but I'm taking a selfie, but no, I'm taking a
Right.
Yui.
Karen said, I'm trying protein increase. Don't know how well I'm doing. Just do it. Don't worry about it. And
yeah, just keep going.
I have to tell you, so I was under, probably more me than Rachel, was under a tremendous amount of stress for the last 2 weeks. I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, and probably getting like 3 hours sleep a night. And I talked to Bronson today, and I've been frustrated because the scale is up for me. I'm at like 203 pounds, but I'm holding steady. My muscle mass is up. My fat is down like a pound or two, but I'm up like 3 pounds. But everything else is actually pretty much holding steady. And I'm doing everything right, and I'm working out, and I'm getting stronger, and I've got more energy. But the bottom line is like I'm sleeping 3 or 4 hours a night, and like my body's not getting enough time to recover. But when I look at the amount that I'm eating, like I should be up 10, 15 pounds. And I know what's going on. A lot of it is water weight, because if I can get a good night's sleep the next day, I'm down like 3 or 4 pounds. So like it's something I'm really working on, and a lot of my stress has gone down. But like Rachel's eating my food.
Remember, we came off of a fast through January, so I was ready. I mean, you're
generally
hopeful.
You put weight on.
You would put weight on because I can't reduce my calories any lower. So it just takes time, and definitely weighing once a week. If there's a way that you can just make yourself weigh once a week, I think you're going to be in a better headspace.
But Rachel is eating my macros.
Yeah.
So like you're talking about somebody who has gone from eating 1,200 calories to like over 2,000 a day. She's eating about 50 grams of fat a day, and she's eating close to 200 grams of protein per day, and is losing weight and getting stronger and putting on muscle. And she went and got her hair done today, and the woman is like, what is going on?
Well, that was the thing. I think we actually like helped her to contemplate keto. And again, people want it for different reasons. And she goes, you have had the most hair growth of anybody in my recent clients in the last year. People are so stressed out, like they're losing their hair. They're just absolutely losing their hair. And of course, I want to say it's not just like stress on the surface, but a lot of times if you're on that sad diet, when you are stressed out, you revert back to more of your comfort food.
Hey, I'm going to try something. I'm going to change the microphone from coming through there, coming through the camera. So let me know if that helps. Chris, let me know if that's any better, if it comes through the camera.
But think about it. When you would you would revert back to your comfort food, how much protein was in that? Like almost none, right? Your comfort for food was usually like cookies and nonsense.
Yeah, and if you've been way under eating, the protein is going to help you jumpstart yourself.
So she's like, you have so much growth, because of course you can track it based on like my grays coming out. So she's like, I've got to think about this. And definitely for my clients who are really upset and they've been trying different like Rogaine and different things, like give it a shot.
Because it's not just protein, too. It's also nutrition. If you're way under eating your nutrition, not getting in your electrolytes, not getting in the vitamins that you need, which, again, if you cut your fat too much, you're going to screw yourself. Like, you've got to have X amount of fat. That's why if you go to Maria's, like, protein-sparing modified fast, where you're eating one day, like, kind of normal, and one day very high protein and minimal fat. I mean, like 30 or 40 grams of fat. You only do that like 2 days a week, because you've got to get that fat, because the fat's going to help you with healing. It's going to help you with getting all of your vitamins in. But if you're way under eating and only eating 11 or 1,200 calories, that's one of the causes of hair loss. It's not just the protein.
Yeah.
So, I hear you guys. Friday. Right Family said it got up to 73 here yesterday. Renee said, Joe skipped Steph's question to review Prove It.
Ooh.
Can you put it again? I did not see it. And like the chat's just moving too quickly. There's 200 people in here. Michelle said, funny, big points to him and Rachel for the confidence of having fun.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we both had a laugh. We really did.
Joe, did you miss my question? So Steph said we have sellers sneaking on the 2KK site and talks of ketones going on. Can you do a video about what a waste they are and another information video on that? Yeah, we have one. We are going to do another one. Just a reminder, please do not live stream on the family group without written permission from us. Don't go on there and live stream recipes and things like that. Please don't be posting links from other companies.
And if someone likes...
Or promoting yourselves. Like now, we have, if you message us ahead of time and say, hey, like, you know, a Heath or, you know, Serious Keto says, hey, can I put on here? Like, that's a different story than going on and basically trying to build a YouTube channel and going into our Facebook group and just putting stuff and then luring them over to sell them Prove It products. Like, that's a big no-no for us.
Yeah, because we have seen and we have deleted some comments and we have sent out some
and
like
we don't want to
messages.
kick people out of our group.
We don't want to kick people out.
So we are always going to give somebody the benefit of the doubt.
But I think that they know what they're doing is improper if they post like, hey, have a great day, guys, and then when someone like thumbs up the great day, they take that as like permission to send them a DM to sell them something.
Right.
Like, that's not okay. So like we're not.
But I will happily really quickly talk about exogenous ketones. Exogenous ketones have a purpose, okay? There's a purpose to them. It's not to lose weight. Anybody who tells you that exogenous ketones are going to help you lose weight faster is either A, lying because they're trying to sell you something, or B, they're misinformed, okay? And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's the truth. We are affiliates for Perfect Keto. We love Perfect Keto. You never see us push or really talk about Perfect Keto exogenous ketones. Do we take them once in a blue moon? Yes. In fact, there's a new flavor coming out. But I don't use them on a regular basis. One tub will last us like 4 or 5 months.
Easily.
What an exogenous ketone is going to do is it's going to give you a little bit more mental clarity and focus, and it will give you a little bit more energy for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then it goes away. If you want heightened ketones, which will not help you lose weight, but will give you more cognitive function, go take a little bit of Mct Oil. It's much cheaper, and the result lasts for about 2 hours. So if you have a medical condition and you need like increased ketones for like your brain, things like that, that's where exogenous ketones will help. The only way an exogenous ketone will help you lose weight is they will give you more energy for your workout. But that is it. They're not going to help you lose weight. Having higher ketones does not mean you're losing weight any faster. My problem with Prove It is the way they're marketed. I don't have a problem with multi-level marketing company. Things like Mary Kay are multi-level marketing company. I don't have issues with multi-level marketing companies.
I bought makeup before.
I have an issue with distributors, first of all, kind of coming in, and not just on our site, but on others, and going in and doing recipes saying, you want to learn more, message me, and then they're trying to sell them that. But also people going, you can eat a candy bar, take Prove It, and then be back into ketosis. And the problem is they're technically not lying, but you're not in nutritional ketosis. So you can't go eat candy bars, take Prove It, and then say, okay, now I'm back to burning fat. It doesn't work that way.
That sales technique is playing to addiction, in my opinion, because I'm having trouble staying on the wagon because I keep reaching for those things that I've been highly addicted to. And you're saying that I can recover from a bender quicker. So it's very appealing to somebody who's like a carb addict, like I am, to be able to, I don't know, assuage my guilt. And I will, in the past, I would say, well, I will pay whatever price that I need to pay in order to feel less guilty for what happened over the weekend. But it doesn't do that. It doesn't fix things. It doesn't propel your weight loss. And Prove It seems to be very expensive compared to the other ones out there. So like if you're going to get a base, I don't want to have to pay 3 times the amount for it. I mean, that's what worries me.
Yeah, so that's why we're just not, I mean, again, they serve a purpose. But if your intent is to lose weight, you do not need them. You just don't need them. Please don't waste your money. And again, Prove It, like, because they're a multi-level marketing company, you're paying a tremendous amount of money, like over $100. If you do want them for the increased cognitive function or energy or something like that, go buy Perfect Keto or go buy Kiss My Keto. Or
Keto.
I mean, pretty much all of those are the same. They're all made by Go BHB.
Same
and
company.
then the different companies like Perfect Keto or Kiss My Keto, they change the flavors. The reason we like Perfect Keto is because I know they're using good quality ingredients and the sweeteners that they're using and everything else.
Yeah.
Stephanie said, I've never checked my ketones and I'm down from 383 pounds and now at 158. You don't need to check your ketones.
So, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, you're in ketosis. Like, it's working. Like, I feel like that's the best, you know,
Christopher
sign.
said, I typically drop a ton of weight on the weekends when I sleep in.
It's whatever we have to do to rest. And that's it. I mean, we got a cooler bed. I mean, that really helps me. And also, like, if you need background noise, white noise. I mean, my mom cannot sleep if she does not have a fan.
Yeah.
She needs a fan noise.
Okay, so Laura said, okay, so if we are on keto and we check our ketones and we are not in ketosis, will we still lose weight? Okay. This pisses people off. That 0.5 is garbage. Okay, and I will fight with anybody about it. Okay, the 0.5. If you've got
this guy.
If you've got a 0.3 or 0.4, you're not in ketosis. That's nonsense. If you are doing keto properly, okay, and when I say properly, eating what you're supposed to, eating whole foods, and keeping your carbs under 20, you're in ketosis. Okay, if that thing shows a 0.2. You're in ketosis.
Stuff
because
is happening.
What it is doing is it is showing you the floating ketones that are in your blood. As you do keto, your body, the longer you do this, the more your body adapts to it and the more efficient your body becomes with it. And for some people, your body gets so good at fat adaptation that it actually will just take the fat and turn it right into fuel, and it doesn't need to do the whole ketone process. It can just utilize the fat right away. So you're gonna have lower ketones. So the only way you're gonna get much higher ketone ratings is by severely restricting the amount of food you eat. Why? Because technically ketosis is a starvation mode. What happens is your body goes into starvation and it's like, what am I gonna do? I need fuel, and it's gonna start burning fat because the last thing it wants to do is burn protein. Protein, when you eat, okay, the body takes, the first thing it does work on is protein. It's gonna work on protein, but it's gonna use the protein to create amino acids and everything else. It's not using it for fuel. Then it goes after, first, if it has any alcohol, it's gonna get rid of the alcohol first because it's a poison.
Yeah.
Then it looks for carbohydrates and glucose. Once that's all gone, then it goes to the fat. And if none of that is available, then it goes to protein for energy.
But for it to make protein energy, it's like
4 times the work.
It's like trying to put wet jeans on at the beach to go home. Have you ever done that? Have you ever tried to get those pants back on, like wet jeans at the beach? It's, you know what? You think to yourself, I'm just gonna wear a towel and walk into the parking lot and get in my car and basically just be naked with a towel on instead of putting these wet jeans back on because it's just too hard. And that's how our bodies think about using protein as energy.
Yeah. So we have 2 ketone meters, and we actually have a breath one that we have to do a video on. We actually have a couple of breath ones. And we rarely use them. If we're doing like experiments and things, we just don't do the right thing and you're gonna be in ketosis. We have a couple of super chats up here.
Aw.
Blaine said, $5 super chat, thank you very much.
Thanks, Blaine.
Said, for me, the best keto products is real whole foods and keto coffee, augmented intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Shop the outer aisle. That's the best thing you can do.
Wear your jacket. If you don't have to wear your jacket at the grocery store, something's wrong.
Yep. Shauna, thank you very much for the $10 super chat.
Thanks,
I
Shauna.
appreciate the care you have for us and our journey.
We appreciate you and your care for us and how encouraging you are. You're amazing every single
Karen
day.
says, I only weigh once a month. That is awesome.
That is hashtag relationship goals with myself. Okay, because that is brilliant.
So Lori said, yes, there have been days where my ketone readings were like 0.3 and not really in ketosis. I finally got fed up and stopped checking my ketones, but I'm still losing weight even now. Because again, 0.3, you're still in ketosis. If you're registering a 0.3, that means there's ketones in your blood. Those are ketones that are not being used. It means your body has extra ketones because it's got ketones, it's using them for energy, and the ones that are in your blood, that's extra. I don't need those right now. So you still have ketones, which means you're running on ketones.
It's part of the overall data collection. Some people really enjoy all of the different facets of data, and like that is what keeps them going and on track. The attaboy stickers and like those kind of rewards, like I need that on my journey. I like those kind of things. For Joe, he's like, I don't understand why anybody would need that, because it's just, for him, it's like, no. And then for other people, I would say like, I don't think I really need to, check my ketones. And they would be like, no, I need that data every single day. Like I need to check it in. So it's just, for me, it's more of a,
I mean, we did a video when the new Keto Mojo came out. And we did that video, and we literally ate the perfect keto meal.
Yes.
And our ketones went down. Why? Because you just ate food, and your body's like, I don't need to create more ketones because I can use this fat that you just gave me.
Yeah.
That is normal. So that's why I have an issue when we do tests.
When people say, like, kicks me out of ketosis.
Yeah. When we do tests,
hamburger kicked us out of ketosis.
You never see me do like a glucose test with a ketone test. Why? The only thing that matters is your glucose.
Right.
The ketones don't matter. They should go down. They're going to go down if you eat a steak. They're going to go down if you have eggs. It's normal. So that's why generally in the morning your ketones are lower, because your body was using them overnight, and then your glucose has gone up because you got to wake up from the dawn phenomenon, and then it reverses. If you go do a workout, your ketones are usually going to go up because your body has used them, and now since you have no fuel, it's going to create some more ketones from fat. It needs to get some more into the blood. But don't worry about it. Shannon, thank you very much for the $9.99 super chat.
Cute is that
is awesome, for the
avocado?
super sticker.
How sweet.
Laura said, I know I check my ketones in life. It's not in ketosis, but I'm still losing, and I need not be checking my ketones as much. No, you don't need to. Renee said, I lost 100 pounds and have kept it off without ever checking ketones or blood sugar and never took exogenous ketones.
You are a rock star, Renee.
Danita said, I didn't have my calorie deficit or low protein, and I lost a ton of hair because of stress. Well, yeah, that's another thing.
Very scary.
All of those things can really work against your body. My doc said to use biotin, and Tara from Tara's Keto Kitchen helped me with.
That's awesome.
Tara is awesome. We absolutely love her.
And she's a brilliant chef, too.
Yeah. Get her cupcake cookbook. Oh, yeah. Laura said, right now I need to stop checking my ketones and weigh myself because I am being successful.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing, like, especially if it's first thing in the morning that you're weighing, and I think like most people weigh first thing in the morning, like it can make my whole day super suck. I mean, like super suck. If I like check my ketones and get on the scale and my ketones seem low and my weight seems high, I'm like, I'm going back to bed. Like there's just not even a reason for me to live in this day, right? Like I mean, it's such an obstacle. So normally, at least for me, what am I going to do? Go console myself with something off-plan food-wise, because I'm very sad that both of those numbers are not where I want them.
Yep. Lori said, I've had 2 people send me group invitations to their groups from the 2KK group.
Aww.
I think they just want their group to be as awesome, and just can't recreate that.
Bless
Thank
your
you
heart,
very much.
Lori.
And again, we don't have a problem with it. It's just like, but if somebody's inviting you something or sends you a product and then it turns out to be trying to sell you something, please let us know, because we don't want that. I mean, again, sometimes it does take us a day or two to kind of get through everything. We try to always be in there, but it just depends. But we just don't want that kind of stuff. And we're pretty lax on the rules. The only other rule we ask is please don't put other people's affiliates links, because the only thing that helps us pay for our computers and our lights and things like that is that people think that like YouTube like makes a bunch of money. Yeah, you don't.
They don't.
Let's see. Right Family said our daughter uses Perfect Keto ketones, but she's got a neurological problem. That's what they're for.
That is exactly what it's for.
Yeah. I just saw one. You said April. Or was it? Laura said, I'm doing something right. I've lost 25 pounds in 11 weeks, so I'm happy about that, and I feel healthier.
That's incredible.
Yep. Laura said, Jason Butler, thank you. I appreciate that, but I use ketones for mental clarity because I have mental issues. Again, that's what they're for.
That is exactly what they're for.
Now, if you want to save some money, you can have very much the same result by taking a little bit of MCT oil, because the MCT will directly turn into ketones.
Oh, Steph says chat is deep tonight. It is a little bit deep tonight. I did want to say shout out to the keto technician, Jason Butler. He's got an awesome channel. If you're looking for a family community too, where you're like, wow, I can meet people and make some friends, you want to check out Hungry Heath, and especially their Friday night. It almost feels like a potluck dinner, right? Like he's showing you something to make on him. Heath and Shelly are making something. He's an incredible cook. So is Shelly, and then you get to eat dinner together. It is a great opportunity for you to just kind of have some community, even virtually. You also want to check out Slap a Stick, his channel. If you're like, wow, how do I help my kids? I mean, he has the most adorable children that are also helping him do different reviews. He does incredible reviews. There are a lot of awesome YouTubers out there, and you can make friends that way too.
Yep. April says, Dr. Barry says, watch out for keto salespeople.
Yeah.
Lori said, I'm giving my dad some exogenous ketones that I got from VitaCost. We're trying to see if it's going to help his dementia. No. They will, but honestly, you have to work on the diet. I mean, and I know it sounds mean, but your body will burn those ketones first because it's quickly available. But if you try to work on the diet a little bit.
But that would be somebody that's
exactly who it's for. That's who's going to benefit from exogenous ketones.
I wish we had those when my grandmother was going through Alzheimer's.
Yep.
We would have changed the diet. And
Renee says, my therapy brain and athlete brain speaking, go take a 20 to 30 minute walk and you'll be surprised at the energy from simple increased blood flow.
I'm telling you, I feel so good in the mornings after I have just had the oxygen. I feel like getting the oxygen in my lungs and then the vitamins and the sunshine. I think that's really helped too.
So Jessica said they are outrageously expensive. My cousin sells them, so I looked at the website. A month's worth of what they recommend is darn near my grocery budget bill for a family of 5. I got sucked into it when I got started on keto.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a guy on Facebook called Keto Dad, and I was cool recipes, and like he was like, hey, if you want it, and I messaged him and he sent me a sample, and then I looked at the price and almost fell over when I saw the price. And did I get heightened energy? Yes. And then I started researching and realizing, but this is like, that doesn't make sense. Like if you logically think about how is that going to make body fat work?
Well, and I had a family member that thought that it was that getting into some of the exogenous ketone communities would be like provide a community, and then basically all that happened was like she had friends so long as she was paying for stuff, and she'd gotten in like $500 into buying I mean, you could, and even if you were purchasing, you could only use so much of it.
Right.
And so when she's like, yeah, I'm not placing a new order this month because we're fully stocked. And then it was like her community was kind of cut off.
Yeah.
And that was very upsetting too.
And again, I don't have issues with multi-level marketing. I actually did multi-level marketing for years and was successful if you do it right, which is selling products, which a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I'm not into like the $5,000 downline slam where you get someone to buy $5,000 of the products. But I just don't like the way some of the salespeople for Prove It are. I'm sure there's some good ones, but the ones I've run into are telling you it's a cheat way, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Shauna said when Joe takes a deep breath, he's about to give it real.
When Joe takes a deep breath, then I'm like, oh, Lord, let him temper it with some grace.
Lori said, I went to the cooler section at Costco yesterday. I call it the hot flash relief room.
It feels so good in there. I should not be airing my armpits out the way that I do so boisterously. Like, yes. Oh, yes. And I mean, Joe's like, please put your arms down. Like, we're just, getting some Brussels sprouts.
Laura said, I use ketones once in a while for mental clarity. Mostly, I also have ADHD. I've been feeling so much better and healthier. And some people can't believe it because I don't eat as much. Yeah, and again, that is where you're going to benefit from.
Yeah.
I just don't want people thinking like, am I going to lose weight if I take them? And you're not. You're just not. I was in the Perfect Keto Facebook group the other day and said it, and someone said, no, you don't know you're talking about. I'm like, listen, I'm an affiliate for Perfect Keto. It's in my best interest for you to buy them using my code.
We're terrible salespeople.
And I'm telling you, don't use them. If you go to the Perfect Keto question and answers, it actually says on their website, these will not help you to lose weight faster. But people just... they're desperate. I understand
course,
that.
we've
And
been there.
I just don't want people wasting their money.
I really don't. There's so much stuff to have to pay for these days.
Yep. Laura said we should actually do what works when I'm usually for us, I'm happy and healthy and being very successful. I'm blessed and grateful losing weight.
That's awesome.
Lori said MCT oil does a lot of things if you start out on a tablespoon. I would start out with like a half a tablespoon or less.
And stay
if you've
near
never
stay near a
done
bathroom.
it before, because it will run right through you.
Yeah.
Powdered MCT oil doesn't have as much of the bathroom effect as liquid, because the powder is going to be bound. At least the Perfect Keto one is powdered to acacia gum, which is going to help with that digestion a little bit.
I can remember the first month, and you were like we were putting in our coffee, and it was like doon 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 doon, and like you take a sip, and you're like, everything's fine, I'm gonna have a regular day, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to get to the bathroom like right now. And like somebody would be in the middle of a conversation with me at work, and I'm like, no, I can't talk anymore. I have to go to the bathroom right now. Like it was.
Oh, Luke is on. L3D, good evening. I just placed my order, Luke. Thank you very much. Excited. We're getting a 3D printer. Can't wait.
Can we make some balls? Soccer balls, footballs.
Casey Smurf said, I saw a recent Keto Connect video. Some company is selling an intermittent fasting bar.
What?
I think there are a lot of companies just trying to prey on ketoers.
What? Here's the intermittent fasting bar. You know that's food, right? No, it can't be. It's not even in here. You don't see anything.
Steph said, yes, those sellers are trying to make you think they're going to lose weight, and the reason they're not losing, it's not true. They keto and they fast, just like many of us.
Wow.
I'm curious. Oh, no. All right, we still have 186 people watching, so I haven't offended too many people.
Well, that's good. Good job.
Gail is looking for somebody for her daughter in San Diego that could be an accountability partner.
Nice.
And I see Laura actually responded.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you very much, Laura.
That is precious. I mean, what is the gift of friendship? Mm-hmm. That's really what you're extending, is a gift of friendship. That is awesome. Like,
Keith, what is on the menu tomorrow?
Awesome thing.
What's on the menu for tomorrow night? My game got canceled, so we're going to be able to jump into their live stream tomorrow. I'm curious what we're cooking. Karen, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Said, what hamburgers did you buy from Sam's Club for Rachel? Saw a video where you also bought Hawaiian Punch.
Hawaiian Punch.
Buy Hawaiian?
Probably it was Fruit Punch Zip Fizz.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
I don't drink Hawaiian Punch.
Because
so
it's awesome.
I don't have a picture of those burgers, but what they were called bacon and cheddar burgers. They came in a brown box.
Yep.
And they're in the freezer section.
If you can find them.
Ours don't have them anymore.
They don't have them anymore.
When we were in Apopka, they had like 3 pallets of them. And I said to Rachel, let me go buy 10 boxes of them. And she's like, nah, we'll find them again. Nobody's got them.
The hamburgers that got away. We don't have any.
What am I going to do with you?
And they taste amazing.
They were really, really,
and they're
really
very
good.
moist on the inside.
Are you done?
I don't know.
Okay. Steph said, yes, those sellers are trying to make you... Oh, I read that one already. Laura said, I've used MCT oil in my coffee, but it seems like when I use it, it gives me diarrhea and stomach issues. Lower the amount.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about. It does run through you. You have to kind of build up a tolerance. I suggest MCT oil powder. The acacia... What?
All I can think of is, because I'm a value girl and I'm like, I know what it means to like try to get the most out of it. It's like, well, if an average person would like have mental clarity with a tablespoon, I'm gonna like, and I'm gonna be like Albert Einstein clarity. But that's not. I was more like the Dumb and Dumber guy on the toilet at that lady's house with my feet in the air. It was not good. Was not good.
Gail said, when I first started keto 5 years ago, I started with the tablespoon. I never had a problem. Everybody is different. Luke said you can make anything you can imagine. That is plastic with the printer.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna get funny.
Shauna said, fasting bar malt said something about people like having their bad habits rewarded. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so anyway, I do highly suggest using an MCT oil powder if you're having some stomach issues. That will definitely help you. It doesn't seem to cause the gastric distress that
Bathroom
the liquid
pyrotechnics.
does. Also, if you are looking for MCT oil to help with cognitive function, you want to get C8 or C8/C10.
Yeah.
You don't want the C12. The lower the number, the more cognitive function you get. So straight C8, which is generally more expensive, is going to be the best for cognitive function.
Yeah, but just understand you feel a little bit crazy on it.
So Blaine said, thank you very much, Blaine, that Steve from Serious Keto shared our nut butter affiliate link.
Aw.
Which
thanks, Steve.
I didn't know. I mean, they actually sent us some, and I haven't even opened it because we were trying to be good, and I keep saying we need, because I know we had done them before.
Yeah.
And I'm
we
shocked.
Love it.
I was wondering, because people keep messaging us like, I came here from Steve, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't know. I'm so behind on videos from us going away and stuff, and this was the first camping trip where we didn't want to come home. We were like, we usually are like out of there by 9 a.m. on the day we're leaving, and we stayed till 12. We're like, can we film another video in the water?
The only thing is, I am eat up.
Yeah, the mosquitoes on the last day were bad.
I was not prepared for mosquitoes. We did get some sun.
Yeah.
Welcome to the country.
I gotta message Steve and say thank you very much.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had an affiliate link. That was from years ago.
Yeah. We love it. That stuff is awesome, but like I can eat an entire pouch.
Renee said, who is Steve? So Steve is Serious Keto, who does a lot of recipes. He is way into figuring things out. He is definitely like a scientist in the kitchen.
He's got a radio voice.
Yeah, he does. He's got a really cool voice.
Very cool DJ voice.
Lori said their members mark Angus, bacon, and cheddar burgers, but some
Not
chains
like
don't
me.
have them anymore. I can only find them at one about 45 minutes away.
My voice isn't the same.
Luke said, my only current struggle is with Subway. I go get my protein bowl every evening for my lunch the next day. The strawberry cheesecake cookies antagonize me every time.
They're like, come to me.
Laura wants to know, do we have to buy grass-fed meat? No.
No.
Okay, can you? Yes. Just be aware of this. So if you're going to Costco or going to Aldi and buying grass-fed ground beef at $5 a pound, almost guaranteed that meat is greenwashed. What that means is it's not from the United States. It's most likely from Australia, where they have different laws as to what they can call grass-fed or grass-finished meat. Mm. And, I mean, not that it's bad.
No.
It's just, it's not supporting U.S. farmers.
Well, and if I'm thinking to myself that grass-fed, grass-finished, I'm thinking that they're living their entire life grazing in this magical pasture land. But the reality is that they could just give them a handful of grass at the slaughterhouse, and that's the first grass they've ever had. And it's like, depending on what that country says is okay, is their standard, I don't think I'm getting necessarily what I'm imagining I'm paying for.
Now, if you can get it from a local farmer, then that's definitely good. You're going to probably pay about $8 to $9 a pound unless you buy a whole cow, which we actually are looking into doing. But my new thing is I actually don't like grass-fed, grass-finished beef. The more I started looking at, what we look for now is ground beef or any kind of beef where it doesn't have to be grass-fed, grass-finished, because even the ground beef that you're going and buying in like Publix or in Walmart, most of that cow's life, it was grass. It was fed grass. And then they bring it in at the very end to fatten it up on grain. It tastes better because fat tastes better. And their grass-fed, grass-finished cows generally are less fatty. That's why it's very hard to find anything less than 85-15 on grass-fed, grass-finished. It tastes better when it's grain-fed at the end. So what we look for is just hormone antibiotic-free. So like we look for ground beef where the cows were fed feed that was that were non-GMO feed, no antibiotics, and no hormones, and I feel good with that. Also, if you don't want the grass-fed, grass-finished, buy leaner meat because any of the chemicals and the hormones and all that stuff is in the fat. So you can buy a leaner meat and then add your own fat, which is what we do a lot of times. Yeah. But you don't, like Dr. Berry says all the time, hot dogs and mustard. Do what you can afford. We used to, we don't anymore. I didn't take a picture, but I had hot dogs and mustard for lunch today. Actually. Oh, those weren't hot dogs. Those were the Polish sausages from I got them from Costco.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Because
they
I was
were
like,
really
we had
good.
hot dogs and mustard for lunch today.
Yep. What's this?
Aw, Steph making herself available. You're
Yep.
so awesome.
See, Christopher said the cow I bought locally was grass fed. It was grain finished at the end just for marbling. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have better marbling.
And it tastes amazing.
Lane said 3 channels I watch. Every video pops up. 2 Crazy Ketos, Serious Keto, and Black Time Kitchen. These channels are great.
Man,
Mary Lou
thanks.
needs an accountability partner, and I saw that Stephanie, of course, responded.
Because you're an awesome blessing. I may have some after my cereal, not sure. My protein is up to date, and I'm in a no sleep days still. Oh no, Shauna.
Okay, Shauna, you can exceed your protein.
Yeah.
Eat more protein.
Yeah, go for
You
it.
can eat as much protein
But
as
go
you
to
want.
bed.
It's not going to hurt
she
you.
But she has to get some sleep though.
Lisa said, I buy what's on sale with my meat. Got to stretch my dollars. That's what we
Heck
do.
yes.
We regularly buy the 10-pound log at Sam's Club.
Joe just likes carrying that out. Who are you fooling? He loves just putting a big meat log on his shoulder and walking out of the grocery store. I like all of my meat to have affirmations toward me like I'm special. All of my meat have a sticker on it, which I'm big on stickers, and they tend to say special.
So Jason said, I bought local grass-fed Angus beef, and it was the worst tasting meat I've ever had.
Aww.
Christina said, I don't like the texture of grass-fed hamburger. Mary said, I'm going to fight with you on the fat on grass-finished farm beef has an amazing texture like pudding. Again, it depends on where you're getting it. So, like, buying the stuff usually that's $5 a pound at Costco is not going to be nearly as good as something from a local
Fresh
farmer.
farm.
I would absolutely agree there. It's going to be a little bit better. But in my opinion and what I have tasted, and that we have tasted from local farmers, I like the taste with a little bit better marbling. But everybody's taste is subjective. That's why we tell people when we do product reviews, what I like, you may not like. There's a lot of people that have messaged us think, I think Keto Brick is the worst tasting thing ever.
How could you recommend that to
and
me?
I love the taste of Keto Brick. So everybody's taste is subjective. Shauna says those weren't hot dogs.
Those weren't hot dogs.
Steph said, I realized earlier I'm 13 pounds away from my goal weight.
Wow, that's incredible. Way to go.
Lisa said, I found a version of Spam in a local Asian market that doesn't contain sugar. That's interesting.
We just had a new supermarket open up, which I need to check out.
We did?
Yeah, it's called China Supermarket. It's like right up the road. I have a feeling they're gonna have some cool stuff.
Laura said, I just going by what some of these health coaches are saying, and they are very strict.
Ooh, I like what Aunt Annie says. I like to shoot my own meat. We also get our beef and pork locally here in a very small town in Ohio. Let me just pause for a second. We did get something that was locally grown at the restaurant that we went to when we were in the Keys, and that was a big basket of fried fresh pork belly.
Oh my gosh.
There is nothing
If you are
like
ever
that.
in Marathon in the Keys, a place called Porky's.
Porky's.
Remind you of the movie.
I mean, we had to eat there because Heath.
Really, really good. They have a happy hour every day from 3 to 6 with 50-cent Florida shrimp. It was $1.25 oysters and pork belly. A big bowl of deep fried pork belly.
I mean, a basket
fresh. You thought they just cut it off the pig.
$5.
$5.
$5.
Rachel's like, and then we got a rack of ribs, and no kidding, the meat was this thick on the ribs.
It had to be a dinosaur.
And like, I think our whole bill was $70, and we had enough food for like 3 more days.
Yeah.
I just finished it today.
It was crazy.
It was incredible. But Rachel's like, next time we go there, I just want pork belly. She's like, get me the shrimp and the pork belly. I don't want anything else.
Just give me a big basket of fried pork belly, and that's a come hither. That is a come hither. That is the mating call of Rachel, is a big bowl of fried pork belly.
Yeah, see, Mary said, I get it from the farm, and I have a custom cut from butcher, and he barely trims the fat. That is why it tastes so good.
Ooh, I think April realized my stepbrother's reference.
Way
to go.
Luke said we had mixed results with local grown beef, but got one that was way too active. Beef isn't supposed to be chewed like gum.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with if there's any adrenaline that went through the animal. Like, I know that you have to be really thoughtful when you, like, shoot a deer or squirrel or things like that, because if the adrenaline goes through, it can ruin the meat.
When I was younger, when I was in my teens and early 20s, I used to go deep sea fishing with my dad. We would go every summer. We went out to Montauk on Long Island to go for a giant tuna. And when you go after the giant tuna, you're really not going after and I'm talking about like big tuna, like over 100 pound, 200 pound, 300 pound tunas. You're not going after the tuna to get the meat for yourself. You're going out to get that tuna,
bring it and
then
sell it.
you sell it when you get back to the dock, and there's guys there buying it they actually give you a number where you can track it on the Tokyo Stock Exchange because they're buying it for sushi. You have to get that giant tuna in the boat in like 30 minutes, and then they have to run a fishing line down the back of it because they're like, any more than 30 minutes, the meat, for us, it would be perfectly fine, but for the Japanese, they don't want it anymore because they're like, it sends a toxin down its spine, and now they don't like the taste of the meat anymore. So it all comes down to like the way it's slaughtered and everything else.
And if you have like a really, like your palate can really tell the difference.
Yep.
Like,
oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gail said, Joe, for grain-fed beef, which is better, 90 or 94%? I really like the fatty beef, but I want to try to lower fat. I think 90% is good. We generally buy 85-15. So again, it depends. If you're getting like a hormone-free beef, like you're definitely fine with 90%. I wouldn't like 94%. I think it's too lean and it doesn't cook well.
Yeah.
Even adding your own fat. So I think 90% is good. We usually buy like 95%. Even like if you get, rather 85%, if you can get the 93%. But that 85 to 90, I find is a sweet spot. If you get so 80-20 is just about 1-to-1 protein to fat ratio. But if you want to have other fat throughout the day where you're not having protein, I dropped to 85-15, and now you're, I want to say you're probably like 1 to 3/4. So you get to lower that fat a little bit to add in like eggs and that kind of stuff. So, but it just depends on taste. I just don't like the texture when you cook that super lean. It just doesn't cook right.
Blaine says, when I was 6, I had a pet calf named Snuffy.
Uh-oh. Jumped.
Boop, booped. Snuffy was delicious. I almost wish you didn't go back to see that.
Becky said, I thought you went to Porky's because of your brother, Porky's Comics.
Yeah. Porky's Comics.
Sandy said, have you used beef gelatin? If you did it help with anything? I know its purpose is thick and keto challenge. Some people have noticed less joint pain. Yes, because it does have collagen in it. Hello.
Hi. Oh, did you guys? Yeah. Oh, no problem. Oh, did we catch it at a bad time?
It is good for like your joint issues. It also can help with digestive distress.
It's also good in keto cookies.
Yes, it makes them chewy.
If you're looking for chewier cookies in your recipe.
Renee said, I would have been a human Hoover at y'all's table with all that seafood and pork belly.
It was so cheap.
And it was cool because they were selling stuff a la carte. So we were going to get somewhere like, well, we don't want potato and all that stuff. So they're like, the rack of ribs was $22.
Just get it on its own.
I cannot explain how thick this meat was.
Yeah, but I like
the two of us combined couldn't eat a half a rack.
I'd like to see that more in different restaurants, right? That you could buy things like that a la carte. There's so many times, even before keto, where I was like, I just wanted the protein and I didn't want the sides that came at that particular restaurant anyway. So I wish there'd be even more places that was just like a la carte.
So Dean said, does anybody try the new Schoolyard Snacks barbecue keto puffs? No, I haven't ordered them yet. Karen said, did you like the palmini rice? I love it. Rachel's like, it's okay. She feels it has a little bit of a tang for her.
Well, it's because it's got, and I'm used to...
You also didn't eat it
I didn't eat it heated up. Anthony is in love with it, and it's got, because it has kind of like a sour thing to it. I liked it in the noodles, like the big lasagna ones. But, and maybe because I was more prepared for it, but like, yeah, if you're just using it as a substitute for cauliflower rice, you have to be prepared that it's got like a little bit of a vinegar taste.
But it's got a better texture.
It's got a really
But also,
texture.
you're eating it unseasoned, so.
Yeah.
Luke said, we're looking to hit Florida for an anniversary trip. Porky's definitely needs to be on the itinerary. Let us know if you're coming down here to South Florida. Let us know so we can get together. Stephanie said, Rachel, you need to get on Renee. She was being a meanie to me.
Uh-oh.
She wants to fight. Christopher said he should get his schoolyard snacks tomorrow. They'll be reviewed the same day.
Yeah, Charity just...
Brian said, are you two able to keep your goal weight from reduced carbs only, or have you been forced to add lots of exercise and fasting? I'm not fasting.
We're not fasting at
once
all.
in a blue moon we fast. Rachel has just started walking, but that was more of a monthly challenge.
And it's not, I mean, again, I'm not in a gym. I'm not lifting a bunch of weights. I mean, not that I think that there's anything wrong with it, but like, yeah, I don't think I'm working out hard.
Mm-hmm. So I started at 285 pounds. I'm in year 4. I'm currently 203. I'm about 15 pounds from my normal weight, but a lot of that was COVID and stress. I mean, when COVID hit, like, as everybody got super stressed and just lots of personal issues. And now I'm working on changing things up. Also, we do a tremendous amount of experimentation on ourselves.
Yeah.
So that really does mess with things.
Well, but I don't want to give anybody else like advice if I haven't tried it.
Right.
The only thing that we have not done because we felt like it was done was Matt and Mega's like
I thought about it.
Eating every single sweetener challenge.
Yeah.
To try to see what it
does
does
to
our
that,
body. But they did a great job with that, and I'm like...
I thought about at one point doing a video about, like, because I talk about net and total carbs, which we got to get off because it's late, but...
Sorry.
But my whole thing of, like, I thought about doing something like, I'm going to eat 200 total carbs a day, but keep it under 20 net carbs for a week to see what happens, and Dr. Berry was like, Don't
you dare do that.
Do that. But I had thought about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do some weird experimentation, but I am super happy. I mean, am I happy that I'm up right now in weight? No, but
I think probably
I fit in all of my clothes just a little bit tighter, and, you know, and again, that's with experimentation of myself and stress, and like I see I also see changes in my body composition, especially with protein, like muscle going up.
Probably the lowest that I've had is like 146, and I weigh 150 right now, but my body is shaped a lot differently than it was a couple of years ago, where it was just I didn't feel like I had any muscle at all. Like it was just like it was thinner, but I didn't feel as strong, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Renee said so many local restaurants do a la carte with barbecue and seafood. Yeah, well, you're in Texas. I mean, that's the best way to get it.
Matreya's going to bed. Good night.
So are we.
I know.
Steph said, I've been fasting for 40 hours, alternate day fast all month. By March 1st, we'll have 560 hours, I believe, in the month of February. Just make sure if you're doing alternate day fasting, and I know Stephanie and I have talked about it, and I've told Autumn, I think she's one of the few people who does it right. If you're alternate day fasting, your feasting day, you should be eating 2 days worth of food.
Yeah.
You know, like too many people, if you're not doing that and you're eating what a normal 1 day is, then you're going to screw up your metabolism.
Yeah.
Christopher said, I wanted to do part of Keto Connect Sweeter Challenge. I just want to do the sugar. I wanted to see my glucose would spike. It's been a year and a half since it's been over 100, but I won't.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. We've definitely tried different things, and it has, you know, in the spirit of doing a challenge, it was like great. And we're like, I'm glad we did that and accomplished that. But then sometimes we would lose 2 or 3 weeks in our own personal health goals because, you triggered yourself, and now you're down like a slippery slope, and you have to get yourself back out of that hole. Yep. So it's like, I'm glad that we got that information so we could tell other people, like, don't do that, because we did that. But
okay. Last one. What are your thoughts? Karen wants to know, what are your thoughts on Carnivore? We've tried Ketovore, but it seemed like it caused a stall, also increased cravings. We are back on keto and hooked on your channel. Okay.
Thanks for being here, Karen.
There is nothing wrong with Carnivore, and I don't have an issue with Carnivore. It's not for me. I like some vegetables. I feel like you do what is best for you, and what's best for you is what is sustainable. Carnivore isn't sustainable for me. And I think the biggest problem that I have with Carnivore is I think people get started on keto, and I've talked to Dr. Sai about this. People get started on keto, and they're eating lots of keto snacks, and they're doing net carbs where they're eating 20 net carbs, but their total carbs are like 50, 60, 70 total carbs, so that's screwing with them. And they're like, it doesn't work. What do I do? I've got to get stricter. That's what dieting is. Let's get stricter and stricter. Well, so you lower your carbs. Now I'm down to 15 carbs, and now you're still screwing with yourself, and you're eating maybe things you shouldn't be eating. So what's next? You go to Carnivore. And then what do you do after carnivore?
There's really nowhere to
Yeah.
go.
It comes down to figuring out what's going on with your body, recognizing that you're a food addict or a carbohydrate addict. So for me, I don't think it's sustainable, but for some people it is sustainable.
They love it.
But I want to have some vegetables. I want to have some like sweetener in my coffee or something like that. So whatever is sustainable is what is good, because the bottom line is if it's not sustainable, you're not going to have any success.
Right. And I think for me, if I was going to do only carnivore, I know that the reason wouldn't just be because like I feel great. The ultimate motivation for me going carnivore would be that I'm afraid to have a relationship with any other food. Like I'm afraid of that food, and so I have to cut it out altogether to like just not because I can't be trusted with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we are going to get off. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Again, if you're a Patreon, we're going to have a live stream. The link will be in the Patreon group, and that live stream will be on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you.
Bye.